he started this build a few years ago, and then I took over the build.
There you go. So you can kind of see that.
American flag on the drive shaft.
Right.
Al's been adding a lot of that to his cars and his builds over the years. This is kind of like a little finishing touch.
Look how massive this thing is. The guys here do not mess around.
All right, we did stop at AVS Fabrication and got permission to actually do a little bit of walking around. So this is the door. We're gonna go in.
Al does all our work for us. He's one of probably the best hot rod builders I know of, period. I mean, I'll put him against anybody. Young guy, he's just killing it. He does all our EVs for us. So there is actually a couple of EV builds in here. Let's go check them out.
All right.
This is a hot rod shop. You know, we got Cobras, we got everything you could dream of.
Beautiful.
Gassers. What's up, Al? Oh, wow, look at that.
It's amazing how much different the car
Whoa, the car looks amazing.
Wow.
This is the owner here. This is Anthony Valentino.
Hi, Anthony. Dan. Yeah, likewise.
Cheers.
But
It's getting there now.
we got Will.
Hey, Will. Good. How are you?
Will's helping everybody out, doing all the wiring and helping with the. I mean, there's so much to do on this car, and it's a SEMA crunch. So this is probably the most, I'd say the best team I've ever worked with ever. You know, we got Dean. Dean's been wiring for a couple of years now, right? You've been working on cars for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Hey, Dean. I'm Dan.
Dan,
Nice to meet you. Yeah, likewise.
Dean's actually forgotten more than I'll ever know about cars. So, you know, good group of people, especially with this kind of a build, going to SEMA. There's a lot of detail involved with a car like this, and everything that goes to make it work, not just look good, but make it perform and work correctly.
Yeah.
Anthony's he's probably taken more time than any one of my customers ever, and the detail that he's put in his vehicle and the amount of craftsmanship that he brought into it as well. He has great knowledge of electrical engineering and how this stuff works. It does have one of our motors in it, which is great, so we were able to integrate this entire package together the way he wanted it. And there's a huge story behind the car too, and we won't get into too much of that right now because we'd be here all day.
But it's coming.
It is coming, yeah.
It's coming.
Get a sneak preview over there. That's kind of where the build started.
This is where it started. Oh,
This is your grandfather's car, or
This was my uncle's car.
uncle's car? That's right.
Yeah, so he started this build a few years ago, and then I took over the build about, what it's been, I met you about 2 years ago.
About 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, and then after running into Eddie and crew, I just needed to really model out, make a bunch of stuff fit. So, the first goal was like, can I make the Revolt motor get in this car?
Yeah.
And after we were able to get it to actually get in the vehicle, now we had to power it, and you're seeing a lot of the powering happening now. So thankful for Will and crew with Buckwired jumping in on this, especially as we're getting down to the wire to get all this to SEMA, which is pretty awesome. But it's coming to life. I mean, you got here on a good day, so you actually got to see the rear jack liquid on the car, so you get to see all the pretty colors on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool build. It's definitely going to be fast and fun.
I like the color scheme too.
Thank you. It took a while to find that too, but there's some intentionality behind it. It takes on some of the 1960s Le Mans kind of look and feel, and you see the rest of that as the build comes together.
Cool.
So yeah, if you want to, we can walk you through it
Please.
really briefly. Let's come up to the front. Maybe start up in the front because that's where it kind of started first. So the Revolt Systems motor, what I loved about it is that it really took advantage of the original drivetrain. This is built on top of an Art Morrison chassis, and I wanted to maintain as much of that as possible. A lot of EV builds, some of them get into where they build an entirely new chassis, and then they'll drop the batteries bank down there, which is great. But I also, in this case, I wanted to try to see, can I take what's there and then build this modular system that can then just be dropped in. So for starters, we've got the Revolt Systems motor, but then we needed to power it. So making, in this case, a 4 Tesla module pack fit up front, it was definitely a challenge. I mean, I scanned the vehicle, 3D modeled it, and then dropped in a bunch of the boxes effectively, both literally and physically, to try to figure out how we made it fit. But it didn't end there, because even after we bought these boxes in, this is where the art from Al and AVS came into play, because we needed to figure out how do we actually, something as simple as like making the hood close, because again, a lot of this wasn't designed for these kind of components in here. So after we made all that fit, I also wanted to maintain a lot of the original aesthetics. There's some more things coming to this aesthetically to try to carry forward some of the great design that Eddie's got on the motor. So we're going to carry a lot of that in the on top of the battery box. So it's not just kind of a plain, boring battery box.
Yeah.
And really maintain some of the original hot rod feel. Because if you think about like a lot of the origins of hot rodding was wanting to go fast, right?
Absolutely.
And so in this case, we can just go as fast as humanly possible in a very, very light car.
How heavy is this car stock before the batteries and motor and everything?
Well,
or I guess stock. With the engine back in the day.
Approximately 3,000 pounds.
3,000.
It's a little
okay.
less, but it kind of depends on like how people had it configured, but about 3,000.
So you'll probably
it's pretty
be
light.
similar to that when you're done?
Yeah.
A little bit heavier?
Probably a little bit heavier when we're done. We have some bets placed on the overall weight, so if anybody wants to place some bets on the weight, we'll go ahead and see how much that'll weigh when we're done. But
all right, drop some bets in the comments.
Yeah, go ahead, drop in a few pounds here. So if you need help for poundage, we've got 2 coolers mounted up front here, so we can cool the battery system as well as the CCU. We also mounted an air conditioner. So again, we're trying to make this as complete of a build as possible. You know, so it's not just the electric components, but also some of the creature comforts that people are used to. So AC, heating, and so on will also be in this vehicle as well. Granted, it's convertible. You don't really need air conditioning depending on where you're at, but it does have a hard top on it. So when that hard top's on it, it will make it very comfortable. Al did a couple of cool features here with the inner fender wells. He did build this to where we can have just a little bit of pass-through for just some additional cooling, which will come in handy for that the cooler that we got mounted right back there.
And you said there's 2 of those. So
we've got one there.
Those coolers.
There's 2 in the front.
Oh, 2 in the front here.
Yeah, correct. And then also, there's the Revolt Systems contactor box built by this gentleman. So we've managed to cram that in there. Again, a lot of tight runs to try to make all this fit. Other things you might be interested in seeing in the vehicle are, that's actually over there, which is the center console.
That is, now, I couldn't really see it from that side. This is fabricated.
Correct. All this is custom fabricated. Al made these.
Beautiful.
There's a lot of this treatment throughout the vehicle. So I think that's kind of where, like, when you're gonna repower a vehicle, you can go from repowering to very quickly, like, making it a very artistic, really cool looking car. And that's when, again, a lot of builds that you see at SEMA, anything from the gas power to electric, start to take on some of these shapes.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this, but it also looks really nice
It
too.
does. One of a kind. Okay, sorry, I distracted us. We were coming around this way.
We did delete the grille. This 58 originally had a bunch of teeth on here, so we did get rid of those. This car was heavily chromed. I think it was one of the more chrome-laden vehicles back in its time. So we did actually get rid of a good amount of the chrome, kind of leaning more into the racing heritage itself.
Neat.
Behind these 2 gentlemen right here is the center console. So this is where we got our vehicle controls here. Will's been, godsend. Thank you very much, Will, for jumping in and helping out last minute. Because again, there's only so many hands when you can build a lot of this stuff, and it helps to get this car over the line and to SEMA. So we've all just been jumping in, doing a bunch of stuff here.
Is that metal as well?
Yeah, it's metal. You can just.
Wow.
So the paint job was also done here at AVS. Dave in the back. He is just an artist when it comes to paint. Like, you can't really see it right now, but you'll see it especially at SEMA and out in public. There's a bit of a pearl to the vehicle that was applied here, so it kind of subtly shimmers and changes color, which is kind of cool.
You can kind of see it on the trunk there.
Yeah, you can
with the light.
And the blue is like an electric blue that kind of really pops off. The orange here, the stripe, just kind of quick fun, as much as that does carry in like the electric nature to it.
Yeah.
Also was just a happenstance kind of fun thing that Dave was doing. We were trying to figure out how do we really set the blue apart. We just put the orange painter's tape down on it, and sure enough, we ended up with an orange stripe. So it's kind of a cool little addition. So I think a lot of these things, and I'll share a rendering later so you can see it. They start from an idea, but then even again as you're building, the build itself changes because you really kind of get the feel of the car.
Yeah.
We did have to shorten up some components. Al did shorten a few pieces in here to make that console fit because it wasn't originally, it wouldn't fit otherwise. We are gonna have a custom interior. Hopefully we're done with all this in about a week. That'll be done by Ron Mangus. So thank you, Ron, for getting to that, and we've got a lot of work cut out from there. There will be custom wheels. They're coming too. A lot of really cool stuff. So.
What are you doing for the suspension?
So the suspension, this is just effectively an off-the-shelf Art Morrison chassis. So it's going to leverage.
It has suspension
in.
baked
So we're trying to leverage a lot of their original design. and we haven't really modified much of anything. We have increased the spring rate of the shocks in the back to account for the additional load, because we do have a bunch of batteries mounted in the back of the vehicle, where we've got 4 modules directly behind the driver and approximately 8 right over the rear axle. So it is going to be rear dominant. It will drive a bit more like a Porsche than you know, a Corvette, where it was front heavy to begin with. There's other fun little features. I don't know, it would be hard for you to see, but under the car you can see Al went ahead and put his branding on there and painted on an American flag on the drive shaft, which is kind of cool too.
I'm not sure I can see that, but I want to. Let me give it another go.
You got here. I'll help you get a light so you can see it.
Oh no, there it is.
You got it.
Wow, that's so cool.
Here.
Amazing.
There you go. So you can kind of see that.
American flag on the drive shaft.
Right. Al's been adding a lot of that to his cars and his builds over the years. This is kind of like a little finishing touch, and it just gives it like a little extra flavor. It's a really cool piece to add. So, you know, it takes a village to build a lot of these things, you know, and they were built in factories at one point by many hands. None of that changes now. So I'm really excited about getting this thing out, driving, and yeah. It's been a while, but it's a good journey.
After the crunch is done and everything, is this going to be a daily driver, a weekend car? It's going to see the road?
This will definitely see the road. I'm not a person that wants to have cars that I just put in and on the shelf. Like, I'll take it and drive it, especially with customers that are interested in doing EV conversions.
Sure.
So that they can actually see like what is possible. And then from there, you can kind of ladder up and down depending on what you want to build. You know, I'd like to continue taking the Revolt Systems equipment and dropping it into a lot of GT style chassis. It's also kind of why I went with the GT chassis and layout, because it just kind of makes it a little bit more plug and play. Again, it's not all plug and play. There's a lot of heavy fabrication that went into this vehicle.
Yeah.
Most of which, just to be clear though, to not be too afraid for people, there's a lot of like body panels and things like that. Motor mounts, you know, those are somewhat nascent and common to building any of these cars. So.
This is so cool. I can't wait to see it continue to come together.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a journey, and thanks to the gentlemen like Dean and Will and the rest of the crew were able to get it here. I mean, Dean did, like, I think you might want to also note, like, Dean did a lot of the vehicle harness in here. So this vehicle harness came from American Auto Wire, but the meticulous nature that Dean does when it comes to just building vehicles is just next level. I mean, and so I think really kind of having that eye to really lay out a vehicle is just incredibly helpful, and I'm grateful for even being able to kind of see that applied it that way. Again, because I came in here to run and build a bunch of high voltage systems, but surprise, surprise, there's a lot of low voltage stuff that needs to run around that makes the car actually move, stop, radios turn on, and it's really nice when those wires aren't running like this. So yeah.
I like to have things pretty neat.
Yeah, he's been building for years. I mean, he just finished a build in Hot Rod Magazine, a Fairlane actually. That won a recent,
Yeah, it was Spawnifer Contender.
There you go.
And it got a top 10 builder's choice up at Big Guys in Del Mar.
Wow.
So it's done pretty good, and then won a few local shows with it. It's a fun build.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's in the fall issue of Hot Rod. They got a 5-page spread on it, so it's a feature car. So it got pretty nice. It makes it fun.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see some of the blue shimmer.
Oh yeah. The pearly.
It's supposed to rain out.
So
It's those little details.
it's cool, man. The motor controller is mounted back here. The VCU is back here. We did tuck away the AEM dash, mostly because we're going to have Dakota Digital components in the front, maintaining some of the original nature. You could just obviously throw that up front and just run with it if you want to too, as well. So other things that I did intentionally on these battery boxes, dropping these Rincon switches, but that was both for safety, so I can kill it, not only kill power to the system, but I can kill it locally at the box as well. AEM BMSs, these are all mounted to the boxes themselves. They're fairly simple to wire and connect, but it just takes a lot of time because they don't have harnesses right now yet. Hopefully they do, but for now, you will be making a lot of that manually.
Oh man. Yeah, this is what we're seeing in motorsport as well.
Yeah.
Disconnectors like that.
Yeah,
because it's just so safe.
Also ran in here intentionally a lot of just some Autosport connectors. So all the BMS just feeds up to these Autosport connectors and then drops out. Here's an HVIL. So if you are building one of these and do want to put in an interlock loop, you can do it with these Rincon connectors. They did come out with a new switch and model that has those lines out. So if you want to actually do that, it's a good way to build it in. Should you not be using like an Amphenol MSD or anything like that. So yeah, other things you could add in, I would add in like an Amphenol MSD on the boxes, but run out of room, time, but you know, for now this works. So
maybe for the next iteration.
I think Gen 2 will take all the learnings from this and then apply that, and then that will be definitely a significantly better build in terms of, you know, a lot of the hardware. I'll just take some of those learnings into it. Will it be like this next level SEMA? Well, that all depends on who wants to have it built.
That's right. Oh, there will be a lot of eyes on it here in a few weeks.
Yeah. And I mean, and like that, having it all started in the end of the day with just finding a motor, finding Eddie, and then working my way backwards. I mean, I wouldn't have ran into half this industry or the people had I not ran into Eddie, so I owe quite a bit to him. I ran into Al because of him, and by, again, finding my way into this shop. Well, it was actually a different shop, but you know, a bunch of artisans themselves that really understand how to make their craft show the best that it could. And in this case, you're seeing a lot of that applied. Al's father, Dave, has been painting cars for years. He painted this one and built this car. So it's just like, you know, it's a incredible, fortunate happenstance to be able to run into a lot of the right people at the right time.
Got the dream team.
Yeah, I think that's important. I mean, if you're getting into it and want to try to figure it out, you have to leverage people that understand what they're doing and know where you want to grow and what you want to get good at, but also concurrently work alongside of the best and with as many people as you can. Because again, if you want to, what's that saying? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
That's right. Yeah.
So I think it's very important to go together, and especially in this kind of industry, bring as many people with you as you can. It's a lot. You'll be a lot happier. It's a lot more fun that way.
More fun.
So.
Well, thank you so much for taking us through this. This was absolutely awesome. I can't wait to stay tuned. And in the episode description, check out Volt and Steel and keep an eye out on this, everyone, because it's going to be super cool. It's already super cool.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, well, that was amazing seeing the Corvette, but there is just eye candy everywhere you look here at AVS. This is amazing. Working on the lift right now. Looks like a C3 Corvette back there. Maybe?
More and more Corvettes showing up here every day.
And this is just one room.
What's really neat about having Al so close, I mean, he's within a mile. I think he's like 3/4 of a mile away from us. I could walk here. He has a full 12 kilowatt laser. So he could...
I've never seen a laser this big.
So this is massive. I mean, look at he could cut like a 10-foot piece by 4 or 5 foot wide.
The cut bed is just insane.
I mean, these are some of the, I mean, he cuts aluminum like it goes through this like butter. It goes, and that's it. And this is like a second. So we use them all the time when I have to fabricate something very quickly.
Yeah.
I've literally made cross members and whole entire car parts in less than 24 hours. I'll design it in the morning on CAD and Fusion, send him the file by like 9, 10 o'clock, and by lunch it's finished. I go back after lunch, tack weld the whole thing together, finish welding, and it's 100% finished part. That would have taken 3, 4 weeks before.
Yeah.
And now it's, what, 4, 5, 6 hours?
This is...
Press brakes, so this is all CNC press brakes, so if I want something bent at a certain angle, this is all computer driven. So it comes off of there, he pops it right in here, sets all the depths, and knows exactly where to break it and cut it.
We're living in a pretty great time.
Here, we'll go see some more tools. I mean, I'm a tool junkie, so when I see stuff like this, I mean, as I said, he could build anything. So he's got all the brakes, bead rollers, giant brakes, and if you ever need a crescent wrench, you gotta be a man to hold this thing. Look how massive this thing is. The guys here, they do not mess around. This is, if you want a professional hot rod built, this is where it comes.
This is this place to come.
Yeah, this is where the people come to get it done. I mean, look at this thing. Parachutes on it.
Drag parachute.
Yeah. I think it's a Lenco. Yeah, it's got a Lenco transmission in it. Blower. I mean, this car's just gonna do wheelies all day long. That's his father's car. He's actually helping his dad put this together. So this is the family vehicle, the grocery getter. It's about 1,500 horsepower on it, blown, big block on it. This thing will probably be a 7-second car in the quarter somewhere, which is insanely fast.
That is insanely fast.
Full tube. You know, there's no...
The fabrication and detail is amazing too.
Exactly. And Al's kind of heritage is hot rodding and drag racing. He's been building drag cars since he was in his early teens. His father is an amazing painter. He painted that Corvette.
Yeah.
He's been on the front cover of Hot Rod magazine. So the pedigree here of hot rod building is so deep. As you can see, he's been born and bred into this industry, and there's no one in the world I would trust more with any of my cars than Al.
Well, I can see why.
The attention.
I've
to
never
detail.
seen anything like this
And
myself before.
you won't. The detail that he
never
puts into
have.
this vehicle any vehicle, is so beyond anyone else, and he really thinks it's because he's seen accidents, he's seen cars crash, he's been in so many races himself. He's a drag racer, a very good one. He's got a Nova that just will blow you away, and it's his like daily driver, and he's got pictures of it doing wheelies. So he really knows what he's doing. And it's a formula that he just applies over and over again, and it's very successful. And that's the way it's the reason he's able to do what he does and have this type of clientele. It's really cool to watch.
Yeah, it really is. I'm so glad that we were able to stop by. Thanks for taking the long way home.
Yeah, always. Not even that long.
Not even that long. Yeah. Cool.
You want to take it for a cruise?
Sure, I won't say no.
All right.
Sounds great.